I know what it feels like to sit in the silence of your own company, questioning everything. When the world feels cold, the phone doesn't ring, and the only voice you hear is your own doubt whispering, "Why are you even trying?" I've been there, broke, tired, and feeling like I had nothing left to give. But let me tell you something, those moments, the ones where you feel most alone, are where your greatest strength is born. Because when no one else shows up, you're left with the one person who truly matters you. And that's all you need. You don't need a cheering crowd. You don't need validation. You need guts. Guts to stand tall when everything feels like it's crumbling. Guts to say, "I'm not stopping. Not now, not ever." Let me ask you this, how many times have you thought about quitting? How many nights have you sat there staring at the ceiling with tears in your eyes thinking it's impossible? And yet, here you are. You didn't quit. You didn't walk away. You fought through the exhaustion, through the fear, through the brokenness. That's what strength looks like. Being tired doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been fighting. And being broke, that's not failure, that's the birthplace of innovation. You learn to create when there's nothing left. You learn to dig deeper, to hustle harder, to outsmart every obstacle in your way. Do you know what happens when you push through pain? When you decide that quitting isn't an option, you build something no one can take from you. You build grit. And grit isn't glamorous, it's messy, it's raw. But it's the very thing that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Let them underestimate you. Let them doubt you. Let them say it's impossible. Because the moment you show up again and again, when no one else does, that's the moment you become unstoppable. They'll look at you and wonder how you did it. They won't see the sleepless nights, the tears, the sacrifices, but you will. And you'll know deep in your soul that you earned every inch of it. This isn't about waiting for someone to save you. It's about saving yourself. It's about picking yourself up off the ground, even when every part of you is screaming to stay down. You don't need anyone's permission to rise. You don't need anyone's approval to win. When you feel alone, when you feel broke, when you feel like giving up, remember this, your story isn't over. You're not finished. This is the part where the hero rises. You are the hero and the victory. That's already inside you. You just need to claim it. Struggle is not your enemy, it's your greatest ally in disguise. It's the weight that builds your muscles, the storm that forges your resilience, and the fire that tempers your spirit. Most people spend their lives avoiding struggle, running from discomfort, and chasing ease. But let me tell you something, ease never made anyone great. The greatest breakthroughs, the most powerful transformations, and the deepest moments of self-discovery come when you face struggle head-on. Think about it. When have you ever grown in the moments when everything was easy? True growth happens when you're pushed to your limits, when you're tested, when life demands more of you than you think you have to give. Struggle doesn't show up to break you, it shows up to build you. Every obstacle, every challenge, every setback is an opportunity to dig deeper, to reach higher, and to discover what you're really made of. Struggle forces you to ask yourself tough questions. How bad do I want this? What am I willing to endure to get to the other side? And if you embrace it, if you lean into the discomfort instead of running from it, you unlock a version of yourself you didn't know existed. That's where the magic happens. That's where you find your true power. So when struggle shows up, don't fight it, don't resent it, welcome it. Say, bring it on, because every time you rise to the challenge, you're stepping closer to the person you're destined to become. There's a unique power that can only be found when you're alone. In solitude, the noise fades. The opinions, the expectations, the distractions, all of it disappears, leaving you with the most important voice you'll ever hear, your own. That's where true strength begins. It's not in the applause of others or the validation you get from the world. It's in the quiet moments when it's just you, your thoughts, and your determination. Being alone can feel isolating, even intimidating. But here's the truth, solitude is a gift. It's the space where you get to strip away the layers of doubt that others have placed on you and reconnect with your essence. When no one else is around to cheer you on, you become your own greatest supporter. You learn to rely on yourself, trust yourself, and most importantly, believe in yourself. This is where resilience is born. It's in those moments when you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world with no one to help. But instead of breaking, you adapt, you grow. You learn how to move forward when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, and when no one is coming to save you. That's when you realize you don't need anyone to save you. You've had the power all along. Solitude is not emptiness, it's clarity. It's where you discover your deepest desires and confront your greatest fears. It's where you learn to stand on your own 2 feet and own your journey. In the silence, you find strength you never knew you had. And that strength is unshakable because it wasn't handed to you, it was forged by you for you. Exhaustion is not your enemy, it's your signal. It's your body, your mind, and your soul telling you you're pushing limits you've never touched before, and that's powerful. Most people hit exhaustion and stop. They give up. But you're not most people. Exhaustion is not the end of the road, it's the beginning of a breakthrough. When you feel like you can't take another step, when every muscle aches, when your mind is screaming for you to stop, that's the moment when growth begins. That's the edge of your comfort zone, the line between who you are and who you're meant to become. The trick is not to fight exhaustion, but to lean into it, to dig deeper into your reserves, because deep down, beneath the tiredness, there's a well of strength you haven't tapped into yet. Exhaustion is a test. It asks, how bad do you want it most? Quit, because they mistake tiredness for defeat. But listen carefully, it's not defeat. It's an opportunity to rise. When you break through exhaustion, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. It's where champions are made, not because they don't feel tired, but because they push through it. And here's the truth: on the other side of exhaustion is a version of you that's stronger, sharper, and unstoppable. Each step you take when you're exhausted rewrites your story. It says, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. So take one more step, and another. Keep going even when it feels impossible. Because exhaustion isn't your limit, it's your launch pad. Being broken doesn't mean you're finished. It means you've been tested. It means you've been through something real, something raw, something that left its mark. And that brokenness, that's not your weakness, it's your fuel. It's the fire inside you that burns brighter because of everything you've endured. Think about it, the cracks in your life, the scars, the wounds, they're not signs of failure, they're proof of survival, they're reminders that you face battles others can't even imagine, and you're still here. Brokenness doesn't define you unless you let it. You can sit in the rubble, or you can use it to build something new, something stronger, something unstoppable. Every time life has knocked you down, it's handed you a choice. You can let it break you, or you can turn it into power. Pain sharpens your focus. Loss teaches you what truly matters. Struggle builds your resilience. Those moments of brokenness are the moments that shape who you are and who you're meant to become. Use the anger, the hurt, the frustration, channel it, let it drive you. Let it remind you why you're fighting, why you're refusing to give up. Brokenness is not an end, it's a beginning. It's a reminder that you've endured and that you can endure more. It's a challenge to rise, to rebuild, and to prove to yourself and the world that nothing can stop you. The greatest masterpieces are born from struggle. The strongest steel is forged in fire. You are no different. Your brokenness isn't your burden, it's your gift. It's the very thing that will fuel your comeback, ignite your purpose, and show the world just how powerful you really are. Doubt is a liar. It's that voice in your head that whispers you're not good enough, you'll never make it. Who do you think you are to even try? Doubt thrives on fear. It feeds on hesitation. And if you let it, it will rob you of your dreams before you even take the first step. But here's the truth: doubt is not the problem. Listening to it is. Doubt isn't there to guide you, it's there to test you. It's there to ask, do you believe in yourself enough to push past this? Most people hear doubt and stop, but not you. You're not here to stop. You're here to rise. And the first step to silencing doubt is realizing it has no real power over you. It's just a thought, it's not reality. Every time doubt creeps in, you have a choice. You can let it paralyze you, or you can answer back. I hear you, but I don't believe you. You see, doubt hates action. It hates when you move forward anyway. When you take the step it said you couldn't. Every time you act in spite of doubt, it gets quieter. Every time you push through fear, you prove it wrong. You don't have to be fearless to succeed. You just have to take action while doubt is screaming in your ear. You're stronger than your doubt. You're bigger than your fear. So when it shows up, and it will, don't fight it. Outwork it, outlast it, and most importantly, prove it wrong. Because the moment you silence the doubts, you'll hear something far more powerful: the voice of your unstoppable self. Every big dream, every massive goal, and every life-changing achievement is built on a foundation of small wins. But here's the thing: most people overlook them. They're so focused on the finish line, they miss the progress they're making along the way. And that's a mistake, because small wins are the fuel that keeps you going. Think about it: every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you're moving. It's proof that you're capable of change, growth, and momentum. That first dollar you save, the first pound you lose, the first call you make, it matters. Because success doesn't come in giant leaps, it comes in consistent, intentional steps. And when you recognize those steps, you build belief. Small wins are more than just milestones, they're celebrations of your effort. They remind you that you're doing the work, showing up, and making things happen. They're the antidote to discouragement. When you stop and say, I did that, you're training your mind to focus on progress, not perfection. And progress is what creates momentum. So celebrate them, every single one. That doesn't mean throwing a party for every minor achievement, but it does mean taking a moment to acknowledge what you've done. Write it down, say it out loud, feel it. Because when you honor your small wins, you create a chain reaction, you build confidence, you build energy, you build the belief that if you can do this, you can do more. The truth is, small wins are the stepping stones to massive success. Ignore them and you'll lose sight of your journey. Embrace them and you'll find the strength to keep climbing. Every win, no matter how small, is proof that you're unstoppable. Keep stacking them and watch your life transform. Fear is not your enemy. It's not here to stop you, it's here to wake you up. Fear is energy. It's the surge in your chest, the fire in your belly, the pounding in your heart. But most people let that energy control them. They feel fear and freeze. They hear fear whisper, what if you fail, and they back down. But fear only has power if you let it. What if instead of running from it, you used it? Think about it, fear shows up because you care. It shows up because you're stepping into the unknown, stretching beyond your comfort zone. That's a good thing. Fear is proof that you're alive, that you're challenging yourself, that you're growing. So don't fight it, harness it. Take that nervous energy and turn it into action. Take that doubt and turn it into determination. Here's the secret: fear is just excitement in disguise. The same adrenaline rush that makes you want to shrink away can also make you want to charge forward. It's all in how you frame it. When fear says, you're not ready, you respond, watch me. When fear says, what if it doesn't work, you respond, what if it does? Use fear as a guide. It's a compass pointing you toward the areas where you have the most to gain. Fear wants to keep you safe, but safe isn't where greatness lives. Greatness lives in risk, in challenge, in the moments when fear tells you to stop, and you decide to go anyway. Every time you face your fear, you grow stronger. Every time you move forward despite it, you gain power. Fear isn't here to hold you back, it's here to push you forward. Use it, and you'll discover a strength you never knew you had. Success isn't a fixed destination. It's not some shiny trophy, a big bank account, or applause from the world. That's the illusion most people chase. And when they get there, they realize they still feel empty. Why? Because success isn't about what you achieve, it's about what you become in the process. It's about growing into the person who doesn't just survive, but thrives, who doesn't just dream, but creates. Real success isn't defined by others, it's deeply personal. It's waking up in the morning and knowing you're living in alignment with your values, with your purpose. It's about showing up even when it's hard and knowing that every step forward is progress. Success is finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. It's celebrating the growth, the lessons, the resilience you build along the way. Most people think success is perfection, but perfection is a myth. Real success is messy. It's filled with setbacks, failures, and moments where you want to quit, and yet you keep going. That's what success is: persistence. It's choosing to move forward even when the odds are stacked against you. Redefine success on your own terms. What lights you up? What gives your life meaning? It doesn't matter if your version of success looks different from someone else's. It's not supposed to. Success isn't about comparison, it's about authenticity. When you stop chasing what others think you should be and start pursuing what truly matters to you, you'll find a sense of fulfillment that no amount of money or recognition can buy. Success is the impact you make, the lives you touch, and the courage you show in creating a life that's uniquely yours. That's the kind of success no one can take away. Resilience is your superpower. It's what keeps you standing when life throws everything it's got at you. It's what pulls you out of bed when you feel like staying down. Resilience is not about never falling, it's about rising every single time you do. And that deserves to be celebrated. I think about everything you've been through, all the moments that could have broken you but didn't. You're still here. You've faced challenges, heartbreaks, failures, and fears, and you've come out stronger on the other side. That's not luck. That's grit. That's determination. That's resilience. And instead of brushing it off as just what you had to do, take a moment to honor it. Every scar you carry, whether visible or invisible, is a testament to your strength. They're reminders of battles fought and lessons learned. They're proof that you've endured. But resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about using the storms you've weathered to build a foundation that no one and nothing can shake. When you celebrate resilience, you remind yourself of your own power. You anchor yourself in the truth that no matter what happens, you have what it takes to overcome. You stop focusing on what went wrong and start appreciating everything you've done to make it right. Look, So don't wait for the world to clap for you. Clap for yourself. Acknowledge the moments when you felt like giving up but didn't. Celebrate the fact that every time life said, stay down, you stood back up. That's the spirit that turns struggle into strength, setbacks into comebacks, and dreams into reality. Resilience is your proof that you are unstoppable. And that is worth celebrating every single day. Your journey isn't just about you. Every struggle you faced, every mountain you've climbed, and every moment you've pushed through the pain isn't just for your growth, it's a blueprint for others. When you show up with courage, when you refuse to quit, when you fight for what matters, you create a ripple effect. You light the way for someone else who feels lost in the dark. Think about it. How often have you been inspired by someone else's story? Maybe it was someone who turned their pain into power, someone who didn't let failure define them, someone who showed you what's possible. That's the power of inspiration. It's contagious, it's transformative, and you have the ability to give that gift to others. You don't have to be perfect to inspire people. You don't need to have it all figured out. In fact, it's your imperfections, your raw and real moments that connect with others the most. People don't resonate with untouchable success, they resonate with authenticity. When you share your struggles, your lessons, and your victories, you remind others that they're not alone, that they too can rise above their challenges. Your resilience, your persistence, your refusal to give up, it's a story someone else needs to hear. It might be the very thing that gives them the strength to take their next step. When you live your life with passion and purpose, you don't just change your world, you change theirs too. Inspiring others isn't about shouting, look at me, it's about living in a way that says, if I can do this, so can you. It's about being a beacon of hope, a source of strength, and a reminder that no matter how hard life gets, we are all capable of greatness. Here's the truth, everything you need is already inside you. The strength, the resilience, the fire, it's all there, waiting for you to unleash it. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will throw obstacles, doubts, and fears in your path. But those aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. They're the tools that shape you into the unstoppable force you were born to be. You've faced the darkness, you've fought through the pain, you've walked the path alone, broken and tired, and yet you're still standing. That's not by accident, that's because you have what it takes. And now it's time to rise. It's time to take everything you've been through and use it to fuel your journey forward. This is your moment, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. The world doesn't need another person sitting on the sidelines waiting for permission to be great. It needs you, your strength, your story, your fire. The person who doesn't just dream big but dares to act, dares to fail, and dares to rise again. So go out there and claim it. Break through the limits, silence the doubts, and step into the life you've been fighting for. Because the only thing standing between you and the extraordinary life you deserve is the decision to own your power and take action. The world is waiting. It's your time. Let's go.